Hello again, folks. Matt with Eddie's Guitars, coming to you as always from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm so pleased about the guitar I've got to show you folks today. This is one that we have waited quite a while for. I've got to tell you, it was entirely worth the wait. This is Martin's OM-18 Authentic 1933 with the VTS treated top, or the torrefied Adirondack top. You can see that the overall finish of this guitar compared to 2014's version of the OM-18 Authentic 1933 is quite a bit softer. This is the hand rub lacquer finish on this guitar, so it's not quite as fully buffed out or quite as glossy and shiny as last year's model. A little softer, a little more vintage looking to this guitar. You can see a shaded Adirondack top here that has been VTS treated, or the vintage tone system. And this is a heat process that they use to kind of crystallize the resins in the wood itself, and it mimics what happens to a piece of wood over many decades. And they do a fabulous job with this. You can see a nice large triple O or dreadnought size pickguard on the top of this guitar, as opposed to the OM teardrop size, which again is going to be appropriate for the 1933 style. Rather than tortoise binding on this guitar, this actually has straight black binding. Again, appropriate for 1933. You can see some nice white, black, white purfling right on the top of the guitar, really popping out of that shaded top very nicely, as well as around the rosette there. Back and sides of this guitar are beautiful, very straight grain, very tight grain Honduran mahogany. A very rich, warm color to this mahogany. A very non-obtrusive walnut back strip going right down the center of the back as well. Very, very traditional. Looks great. Neck on this guitar is one of my favorites for sure. This does have an 1 3/4 nut. It's an ebony nut down here, you probably have noticed. The neck itself has a nice pronounced V profile to it. So it's definitely a V profile neck. It's got an impressive taper to it. It's kind of a medium-sized neck down here at the nut, very comfortable. I gotta tell you, it gets pretty chunky as you work your way up it, so it's got a noticeable taper to it as well. Super, super vintage feeling, and for those folks out there that are used to an older guitar, this would, I think, feel very much at home. This is a 2 3/8 spacing down here at the bridge, so it's not the widest out there, but a nice kind of medium spacing, plenty of room to get your fingers in there and do some excellent finger style work on it. Got a beautiful Madagascar rosewood head cap overlay here with the super traditional Martin script logo. Of course, we've got the nickel Waverly tuning machines as well, tying the whole package together. Underneath the VTS treated Adirondack top, there are Adirondack braces. They are fully scalloped. They are 5/16 inches wide. So that's going to do a couple of things. That is going to make this guitar very sensitive to a lighter touch and give you some good volume without having to attack it too hard. But if you do attack it hard, the headroom is there. So a versatile guitar for sure, whether doing fingerstyle or pretty strong rhythm work on it. This is most certainly worth taking a listen to. Let's go take a listen. A super sweet or a super powerful tone out of the Martin OM-18 Authentic 1933 VTS. A very versatile guitar with a nice dry tone to it. It's got a very full range from the bass to the treble. With those great, very, very strong, very clear fundamentals out of it. Like I said, whether you're really attacking it very lightly or digging in pretty darn hard, it just responds and responds well, and it kind of keeps growing as you dig into it harder, which is pretty satisfying to hear. The thing plays great. It's I should have mentioned earlier, it weighs practically nothing. It's an unbelievably light guitar. You can feel the entire thing really resonating as you play it. So it's just one of those really intimate feeling guitars that is just so satisfying to play. You got to check this thing out in our store. It's the first one of the VTS Authentics that we've had in the 18 line anyway. So you ought to check it out while it lasts. It does sound fabulous. It's a little bit more mature sounding with the VTS treated top than the 2014 version, so it's got a little bit more warmth to it. I think it's got a little bit more power to it as well, personally. So do check it out if you can in person. If you can't, view it on our website, eddiesguitars.com. And as always, do subscribe to our YouTube channel here, and we'll see you guys next time.